I'm Becky Murray. I'm the Deputy Director of the Human Resources Office here at Kennedy Space Center, and this is my story. What inspired me to come work for NASA, particularly Kennedy Space Center, was my father. He worked for all the human spaceflight programs dating back to Gemini, Mercury, Apollo, and then Shuttle. And he would come home and talk about the female engineers, and that even inspired me more to know that there were actually females that were working on the shuttle. I just always knew I wanted to work for NASA. And really, my desire was to work on the shuttle program. When I was in elementary school, I specifically remember a project, and we were projecting what we were going to do in our future. And you know, one part that I remember was what you wanted to be when you grew up. It didn't take me any time to fill that out. It was clear. I knew what I wanted to do. It was I wanted to be an electrical engineer for NASA. I went to school at University of Central Florida, got the opportunity to become an intern co-op through their program at UCF, got the option to come on with NASA into their program. So it was a cooperative program between UCF and NASA KSC. Applied for it, was selected to come into the electrical engineering group of the Shuttle Processing Directorate, and I worked as a co-op for the Orbiter Communications Group and also the Orbiter Navigational System. During my first semester, what I did was I pretty much just followed the engineers learning what they do on a day-to-day basis, primarily watching them perform tests either on the actual hardware or from the firing room, and then learning what it took to troubleshoot. So when a problem arose, what steps they took to actual troubleshoot the problem. And then each semester after that, it built up with more responsibility to where at the end I was actually performing special projects. It was very exciting on my first day. I came in as a co-op or an intern, and I was so excited that I was actually a NASA badged employee. It was just pure excitement knowing that I was going to get to do so many things, and especially that I was going to get to work on the shuttle program as an intern and get to follow behind engineers and see what it takes to actually launch the shuttle. After I graduated from engineering school, and they offered me to become a permanent employee. So I went from being a co-op to a permanent full-time NASA employee. That would have to be the most exciting day of my career. It was excitement on the first day, and it's exciting today. I haven't lost that excitement. To have that opportunity that so many people actually dream of, to work at NASA, and then furthermore to actually work on the space shuttle program. It was just pure excitement. As challenging as some of the problems were, or on some of the bad days, which everyone has, you know, some bad days at work, it was always exciting, and I always took it as a blessing because I was getting to do something that was actually my dream, and I was actually living out my dream. The only barrier that I can really recognize was more of a personal barrier, and that was me getting out of my comfort zone and trying something new. When I became a co-op, I was assigned to one group, and I got very comfortable in that group and immediately felt like I would be there until the day I retired. And then I had, you know, the chance to become a permanent employee, but in order to become the permanent employee, I had to change offices. Naturally, I did that, but it was outside my comfort zone and very intimidating to go learn something new. You know, your eyes get opened up to so many new and different things when you take that step out of your comfort zone, and it really pays off to learn different things. The most exciting thing to come for Kennedy Space Center is just the change all around us. We are doing things so differently than we had in the past. We don't have one major program that is our key anchor. We have multiple programs, and that's exciting. And, you know, there's different ways of doing things, and And we're seeing that there's different opportunities and people learn from, all those different opportunities. And that's what's so great about working for NASA is that your opportunities are endless. There's change that happens in the workplace all the time, and you don't have to ever worry about being stuck in one place, one job for your entire career. A piece of advice that I'd pass on to the next generation is to always go above and beyond in what you're doing. Prove yourself that you're a dedicated, hardworking employee, and work at that next level that you want to achieve. Work at that before you get there. And it doesn't matter how little the job is, do it and do it well. Always do your best and never think that any job is too small for you. The biggest influence on my life from a professional standpoint has been my father. He worked out here and knew the environment out here, and I could always call upon him if I had an issue, a question, or just wanted to get advice on how to handle a situation. On a personal level, it's been my mother. She was an awesome mother and gave me a lot of good examples and continues to give me great advice today. I've had a lot of opportunity throughout my career, so there's been a lot of happy moments. But towards the end of the shuttle program, we had some events to help celebrate our successes, and I was part of organizing those events. I met a man that was to become my husband, and I look back, it happened in the iconic VAB, the Vehicle Assembly Building. He and I both worked on the shuttle program for over 20 years, and it took to the very end of the program for a celebration event to bring us together, to meet and continue our lives together.